boy Eman from the Average Joe Sports Talk podcast coming at you with another episode. And I want to go ahead and hit this one up and give you my recap and my reaction on the Derek Carr signing with the Saints. Again, he got signed up earlier this week. Derek Carr goes to the Saints, even though he refused a trade to the Saints while he was the with the Raiders and opted out to become an unrestricted free agent. So what does this mean? What does this contract means for Derek Carr, the Saints? How does this contract fare up? How is this signing fare up? And I'm going to give you my reaction and my take on what I think this means and how valuable is he to the Saints. Overall, I think this is a great signing, right? Comes out to an average annual salary of $37.7 million a year. That's not bad. If we look at it, it's a 4-year, $150 million contract, including a $28.5 million signing bonus, $100 million guaranteed. I think that's huge. And an average annual salary of about $37.5 million, right? So first and foremost, before I keep going, Derek Carr has made some really good money in the NFL, right? It's been 9 seasons in the NFL, and this dude has had a really, really good career earnings. All right. I mean, the guy is on pace to earn about $235 million for his $285 million for his entire career. So far, up to this point, up to 2022, Derek Carr has made $135 million, a little bit over $135 million for his career. So that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. Coming back to the contract itself, I think it's a pretty safe contract. I think after potential buyout or out 2026, which is 3 years and $100 million and $11 million to the dead cap. So that means that they could cut bait right after a couple of seasons. It's a contract that is built around for Derek Carr to perform his best so he could stick around. But if it doesn't work out, after the $100 million guaranteed part of it, the Saints can cut bait right away. Overall, I think it's a pretty good deal. He's slightly under $40 million, which I think that's what Derek Carr is worth. I think he's a $35 million a year guy. But unfortunately, you have the Dak Prescott contract and the Deshaun Watson contract, which is looming over everybody's head and inflating these prices. A Kyle Murray contract that has over $180-something million guaranteed that is forcing all these mediocre quarterbacks like Derek Carr to also get paid a decent amount of money. So $37.5 million is not bad for the Saints. I think it's a good signing. Look, Derek Carr is better than Jameis Winston. Derek Carr has been pretty consistent. Let's not kid ourselves. He hasn't set the world on fire, but he has a brand new opportunity to change the narrative, right? He's going to go play with Jarvis Landry over the hill, not the same Jarvis Landry from the Dolphins and early on with the Browns. But he's going to play with, again, an over-the-hill and passes prime Michael Thomas, riddled with injuries. There's a lot of question marks. He does have a great individual in Chris Olave, a young rookie last year who has a lot of potential and I think could be a top 10 wide receiver. So there's good offensive weapons around him. A great defense, all right, top 10 defense in the league, which Derek Carr has never been privileged to have during his tenure in the Raiders, which they were usually ranked. Raiders were usually ranked, regardless where they played, Vegas or Oakland, were usually ranked to the bottom of the league. So this is good, all right? And I think the Saints made a good choice because I'm going to tell you this right now. Derek Carr goes to the NFC South, where with Brady's retirement and pretty much a really weak division as it is, where the Bucks won it with a really crappy 800 record and Brady out, this makes Derek Carr the best quarterback in that division and the Saints the favorite to win that division. Come on. You have Desmond Ridder for Atlanta right now as it stands. He is a starting quarterback for Atlanta. We'll see what happens. Sam Darnold, have no clue. Have no freaking clue if that's going to be the guy that's going to hold the helm at QB for, it's not Baker, we know that, for the Panthers. All right. And then you have Kyle Trask right now as it stands, or Blaine Gabbert for the Bucks. So signing Derek Carr was a smart choice based on that division, which is a dumpster fire. And he is by far the best QB in the NFC South, and it makes the Saints the best team in that division as of today. And overall, I think Carr brings excellent value to the Saints. And overall, it's a good contract. It's a safe contract that allows Derek Carr to take a shot for 2 years, and the Saints can potentially cut bait after the second year of the contract. $37.5 million is actually a steal compared to Kyler, Dak, Deshaun. And I know Deshaun's probably the best out of those three. But consistently, Carr is not going to blow you out the water, but he's had some really good seasons. Last year was a disappointment. He should have, he threw for 3,500 yards, but this is a quarterback that has thrown 4,000 yards already, 4 times in his career. All right. He's best year in the league, touchdown wide was 32. He actually pretty much completes at a decent percentage. So look, again, the division is a dumpster fire, and the Saints have the best QB and probably the odds-on favorite to take that division right now as we speak. Hey, $37.5 million. That's better than whatever's out there at the moment. Let's see what happens. I think DC, are you with me, baby? It's going to take the Saints to the playoffs.